Over the April Fool's weekend, the stock market lost trillions, literal trillions of dollars. So where have all these trillions of dollars gone? Since money doesn't just disappear, right? Well, the money hasn't disappeared. Investors have converted their stock money into cold, hard, liquid cash as a response to the tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. So by making this move, what are investors basically saying? Well, in short, investors seem to be making an assessment about where money is going to go in the future. In essence, the US government has stolen, let's call it stealing, future trillions of dollars from the hands of companies and consumers, since it will likely lead to inflation, to put into their own government pockets. Just in case it's not clear, these trillions are the, literal tariff revenues that this will generate. What does this mean for everyone? Well, investors are holding cash for two reasons. Investors, of course, are made up of both companies and consumers. So firstly, companies are going to want to hold more cash so they can afford the more expensive goods due to the effect of the tariffs. Secondly, consumers want more cash in order to buy the more expensive goods that have now been tariffed. On the flip side, the US government may recoup at least some of these trillions back into their budget. This will lead to two things. It may allow them to lower taxes and thus boost the American economy, or they could service their debt easier, since the US government has a large budget deficit and their debt situation was getting increasingly untenable. Thus, for the rest of us, it may be a good time to buy US bonds as the government debt situation may get more tenable. So, to keep a closer eye on what will happen next, you should look at two things. Firstly, see what the US government will do with the additional tariff revenues. Will they service their debt, in which case bonds may be a good purchase? Or will they lower taxes, in which case the stock market may rise again? Secondly, pay attention to the global response to the US tariffs. If it leads to retaliatory countermeasures, then expect stock markets to fall further and inflation to rise further, but with the silver lining of additional government revenues globally. Remember, money doesn't just disappear, it merely changes hands and forms. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out an in-depth video essay I made about how big tech made and implemented a plan to control your free will.